Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Who's Tea TV. And as promised, today is the Healthy Tea edition. Tonight we're going to decode migraines. Yes, migraines. Millions of Americans suffer from migraines on a daily basis. So I'm going to just give you a brief description of what migraines are. There's 5 different types that I know of personally, and I wanted to share this information with you because I thought A, it would be interesting. B, I am a migraine sufferer myself. So had I had someone to reach out to at the time when I was suffering most from my migraines, it would have been more beneficial. So I thought that I'd get back here and share some of this information with you guys. So when we start to decode these warning signs of migraines, I want you to realize that there are certain migraines that will constitute you visiting an emergency room or seeking help from a healthcare professional immediately. So we're going to get into all those things. So migraines are oftentimes accompanied by nausea. Very, very weird thing. For those who don't know what nausea is, it can be like a smell of something and it just makes you feel like you're gonna, but you don't actually. You're just a little nauseous. Sometimes if you just use the brat diet, as I call it, to help with the nausea or the vomiting, bananas, rice, applesauce, toast, those things can be very effective for you if you experience nausea and vomiting, especially if it's not related to the migraine. Now, I said migraines are often accompanied by nausea, sensitivity to light, different sounds. They can feel or seem like the end of all. Okay, if you have a migraine and you experience sensitivity to light, you would not be able to have this light on you right now. You would be like, oh no. Lights out in a dark room, no sound. You're trying to go to sleep at that point to just get it to go away. Trust me there, folks. So migraines are often accompanied by nausea. You'll have maybe a sensitivity to light, a sensitivity to sound, and it would be very challenging for you to navigate your day-to-day activities. Very challenging. However, if you understand the different types of migraines and you recognize the different warning signs of the migraines, then you will be able to require whether or not you need to seek medical treatment or if this is something that'll pass. And I'll give you a list of holistic approaches at the end that you can try if you do have an onset of a migraine. So by the end of this, you'll know all the warning signs that require you to go to the emergency room. And if it's crucial, an effective management and timely medical intervention needs to be taking place for certain ones. So with that being said, let's just jump right in. There's different types of migraines without aura. So the aura can be the type of migraine you're having, or as some might call it, is it magnetic energy? Something to do with the energy in the atmosphere that can trigger your migraine. It's real. It's definitely real. I know it sounds kind of far-fetched, but it's definitely real. So with that being said, the most common type of migraine is without aura, is often characterized from moderate to severe. So you can have this like pulsating headache that just doesn't seem like it's going to go away, that can last for like a few days or a few hours even. Yes, a few hours. I know it sounds unreal, but these are factual findings. The migraines that don't have the aura, without aura, can last for a few days or a few hours, Can you imagine being in a debilitative state for that amount of time? Oh my gosh. So the migraine with aura often accompanies like sensory or visual disturbances. Like you might see like flashing lights, or like I know often I get like floaties, and I've seen people for that, but I'll get floaties. Like if you look off to the side a certain way, you start getting these floaties. It's wow. You'll see like these flashes of light, or you might have like blind spots, like your peripheral vision, you can't see a certain way, or whatnot. And that usually occurs when the headache first begins. So that's interesting. Then there's another group of people that suffer from chronic migraines. Now, chronic migraines are migraine headaches that often last 15 plus days a month, that will happen consecutively for 3 months in a row. If it's more than that, I've heard of people having it more than 3 months in a row. I've been one of those people. Like, I notice that when I get them, like sometimes I get it like real bad, and then it'll affect my eye, since I had an issue with it previously. So I know these things are common, and it's just a matter of knowing how to deal with these migraines, or migraine headaches, as some may say, that you have to find like an effective way for you. And it's hard to actually know what you're dealing with if you haven't been seen by someone. I know for a fact they have like headache clinics now, something that they didn't have many moons ago. So I want to take this time to encourage you, if you've been in a situation where you've experienced a migraine headache, or even a regular headache, and you change certain things, which we'll discuss later. If you change these things and you still have these issues, you really should see someone immediately. Don't waste time on this. So we're going to get into that. There's also menstrual migraines. Menstrual migraines often occur around the time of your cycle. Did you know that? Like, I can't believe that people are suffering from these menstrual headache or migraine headaches around their cycle due to a hormone release. It's like triggered by hormones. Everything hormone related for women. Like, So then there's a vestibular migraine that often involves like dizziness, or you can have problems with your coordination. So that's when you know you really need to seek help from a professional in an emergency room setting. Is if you start having these dizzy spells, or as some may call it, they won't call it dizziness, vertigo. They'll have these issues where they're off balance. Now, some people can get off balance if it's something to do with their hearing. That can cause you to be a little off balance. But if you're having a migraine and it's related to you being dizzy or losing issues with your coordination, you should seek help from a medical professional. Now, let's go over some key facts of when you should, or when your loved one should, seek help from a medical professional in an emergency room setting. If you have suddenly had an onset of a severe headache that is just like so abrupt, it's so intense, that it's unlike any other migraine you've ever had before, it could be something serious. If this is your first severe migraine attack, and you're over the age of 50, this is time for you to be seen in a medical, for a medical evaluation. You don't want to waste any time with this. It could be something that's very serious. If you have persistent aura, where the migraine has lasted longer than any other migraine that you've ever had, and it persists and it won't let up, it could be a sign that indicates stroke. So you're going to want to seek medical help. Don't delay. Like, I know it seems like, oh, these things are common, but are they really common? If you look up statistics on how many people have these like brain aneurysms and things of that nature, it's not really as common as you would think that people know to go to the hospital. Like, people often think, I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm vibrant, these things can't happen to me. Well, Miss T is here to let you know it happens on a daily basis to all people. It doesn't pick a race. It doesn't pick an age. It doesn't matter what your economic or social backgrounds are. Things are happening. Know the warning signs. Now, if you are experiencing something called a thunderclap, which would be like 20 times over in your head, the thunderclap headache, then it would be something so severe that you would be begging for like some type of release from this, because it's serious. I've had one before and had to be hospitalized because of the thunderclap. And I didn't have the other things that go with it, but if that's when your migraine has reached this maximum intensity, within seconds, it goes to minutes, and it could be an indication of like a hemorrhage or a blood clot. Now, I thank everyone that I didn't have that. But if you experience that thunderclap, it could be something more serious and detrimental where you need to get help. If I continue to say help, you need to get help from a medical professional. Miss T is not that type of medical professional that you need help. Even though in my family, I'm like the guru. You call me first. I don't ask them to, they just do. Do you have someone in your family that is like I don't want to say know-it-all, but do you have someone in your family that you put your life in their hands, and you want them to help you with whatever? That's Miss T. That's me. Okay. So anyhow, next, we're going to go over some neurological symptoms that can be occurring because of these migraines. You can have weakness, numbness, you can have difficulty with your speech, which I kind of thought, like, last night there's been like all this buzz even into today in reference to Martin Lawrence on one of the award shows last night. Now, I would be lying if I said I remembered which award show it was, but they were saying that he was having difficulty with his speech. Then someone said he had difficulty reading the teleprompter. Let me tell you, Mr. Lawrence is very experienced. It's not like he just showed up to Hollywood last night. If he was having difficulty with his speech, or if it was slurred, it could have been something that was way more than what you saw happening within his body. He could have been having a mini stroke. He could have had a migraine headache prior to him even showing up. Or, since he is a little bit of a comedian, and it might be a way of drawing people in, it could have been that. Like, I don't know if it was, but it could have been a number of factors. It just wasn't, he was having trouble reading a teleprompter. Like, come on, he's been in Hollywood for a minute. He didn't just start this yesterday. Like, hello. But if you start having confusion or even loss of consciousness, you need to get to the emergency room. Now, if you have worsening symptoms with your migraines and they become more frequent or severe and they're different than your usual migraines and your routine treatments aren't working, then you need to seek professional help. Now, if you have uncontrolled vomiting, yes, I said it, uncontrolled vomiting. If you have uncontrolled vomiting, then you are like you have this inability to like keep your food down, or you're not able to take your daily medications that you would usually take if it weren't for this persistent or uncontrolled vomiting episodes that you're having, then that can lead to dehydration. The persistent vomiting can lead to that dehydration, which would definitely be a reason to seek medical attention so you could get to the emergency room and get the fluids you need to get your body back up to par. Now, in conclusion, we are aware. I'm not even going to say in conclusion yet. Let's back that up. When recognizing these different types of migraines, and if you are at the point where you can understand these different types of migraines and when to seek emergency help from a medical professional, it will then empower you as an individual on managing yourself and your loved one's health. It's very important. Like, I genuinely all my life have loved to help people. All my life I've helped people. And I started at a very young age. I started at the age of 6. So I care about you, and I just want people to care about themselves as much as I care about people. Like, it's a no-brainer, obviously, to me, that you take the steps to be knowledgeable on different situations as they may or may not pertain to you. You still want to capture a little bit of everything. I feel like knowledge is power. So the more you know, the more you're in a different type of space to have conversations with people like Miss T or anyone else that may come up to you for that matter. And you're a part of the conversation. You're not being left out at any point in time because you know a little bit of everything. And some people might feel like, or I don't even want to know, I don't know what some people feel like. My opinion is that sometimes folks try to like box you in to knowing one thing when you can be as a master of a little, or you could be a master of none. Because I find that people that get on their YouTubes or TikToks or anything of that nature, they just go on and on and on, and it's clear to me that they have no idea what's happening. But we'll talk about that another time. So if you've experienced any of these warning signs from these different types of migraines, and say you have a migraine that's not your typical pattern that raises concerns to you or raises a red flag, I do not want you to hesitate to seek prompt attention from a medical professional. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. If you start having a persistent migraine, something that's unnormal to you, I would like for you to not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Please seek help from a medical professional. Timely intervention is key. It could make a significant difference in managing the migraines. Now, I want to go over some holistic approaches to things that you can do to help with migraines if you are one of those people that like the holistic approaches. Like, I will try anything that's like a DIY I can do at home. I will. I have no problem trying anything at home. I tell you guys this all the time. Like, Miss T will try it. If you don't want to try it, Miss T will try it. Let me know. Let me know. I definitely will give the email at the end. So if you have some topics that you want to discuss, and bring to the channel, something that may be new to even, in fact, me from a medical perspective, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it. I'd love to share it with the rest of the viewers. I mean, we're going to do this type of topic on every Tuesday, as I said before. Sometimes I may even do 2 topics on Tuesday in reference to health, depending upon how much information I can give on it. So, yeah, let's get into those holistic approaches. All right, so the holistic list that I have is in my notes on my phone. So I'm going to try to like memorize a few and then maybe click back. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. So one thing you can do is dietary changes. Yes, oftentimes we do not like to change our diet. We've been accustomed to eating good, better, and different things for many moons. And, you know, once you get into a routine of doing a certain thing, you often don't like change. Miss T is definitely one of those people. And trust me, I am changing every day. I am getting better with it. I am learning to, they always say, you should learn to accept the things you can't change. Well, that's just not good enough for me anymore. But let's get into these holistic things as far as a dietary change. So A, no chocolate. Cut it out, decrease, something of that nature. For some reason, chocolate triggers migraines. Alcohol. Alcohol triggers migraines. Ever wonder why you feel hungover afterwards? And the first thing you see, especially if you're watching a good movie or a good TV show, the person's holding their head and they're all, you know, alcohol. Caffeine. I said, I'll be darned. Caffeine. So, I drink a cup of coffee every day. Big no-no. Some people are having a soda. Not me, but some people are having a soda. I don't even know if my favorite tea, look at that right there. I don't know if you can see it. 44 milligrams of caffeine. That's a big no-no for me. And I'm going to drink it anyway. But, okay, so those are the dietary changes. We want to avoid the caffeine and the alcohol and the chocolate. Okay, next, hydration. That's important. That's a good holistic approach. You could drink plenty of fluid during your daily workout or daily routines or while you're at work or while you're at home watching television. Staying hydrated is a very important factor in keeping your body healthy. So I forgot to say that you can also drink plenty of tea. There's a lot of caffeine-free teas that you can have. And like peppermint or chamomile are calming. So that can help with the migraine. Sleep hygiene. Yes, sleep hygiene can be very important as well. You want to create a comfortable, calm atmosphere for when you're getting ready to go night-night. You may want to even consider like doing some type of relaxation techniques prior to going to sleep. That can be very helpful. Stress management. Yes, stress management. So you can do like meditation or daily breathing exercises like inhale, exhale, do it slow, you know. That's how that's done. Very nice, slow, calm. Try to like relax your body, let the tension out of your shoulders. All that works. Yoga. I've personally never done yoga, even many moons ago, but I've always wanted to try it, so maybe that was something I'll add to my list of things to try coming up. Maybe a hot yoga, so I can sweat some of this off. Regular exercise. Regular exercise is a great way to promote a holistic approach to beating your migraines. You can do a walk or swimming, something of that nature that, like, okay, you're getting your daily exercising, but you're also combating the migraine. That's a good tool to utilize. Also, aromatherapy. Oh my goodness. Miss T loves her some aromatherapy. Okay. At all times, I have essential oils in the house. At all times. Okay. You can use peppermint, lavender, eucalyptus. Any of those will just like change the environment that you're in, like in a room space, or if you're in a bathroom, you light a scented candle or something of that nature. Please be careful not to doze off. Okay, please be careful, because I've fallen asleep with a candle lit before too. So don't do that. But anyway, results may vary with that. I'm not sure, but if you want to try a holistic approach, Miss T is with all of that. I think it would be great for you to try a holistic approach if you can, unless you have an urgent situation where you need to be treated by a medical professional right away. So, again, I want to say, if you have a topic that you would like to discuss here on this platform, please email me at whostv@gmail.com. I will put the email below so that you will be able to reach out to me if you have a topic that you want to discuss here as part of the Healthy Tea segment. As usual, guys, it's been a pleasure. And before we go, I want to introduce you to one more thing that is a great way to do some aromatherapy when it comes to migraine and stress relief. Dr. Teal's Stress Relief. This is a body cream. They have foot cream. They have candles. Dr. Teal has body soaps, Epsom salts, anything you need to get you relaxed. Okay? This one is eucalyptus and what else is in here? Oh, citrus and spearmint. Eucalyptus, spearmint, and citrus. So good. The smell, it just takes all that stress out of your body, throws it away. It's like, sucks it out. Disperse. I love it. I've been using this for years. You can get it at Walmart, Big Lots. Big Lots has a great variety of this Dr. Teal's brand. I think Target just started. Now I can't remember. I think Target, I think they got it too. But until next time, when we meet up next, if you have a testimony in reference to using the Dr. Teal's, or if you have a testimony about one of the holistic approaches that did help you get rid of your migraine, please let like your other subscribers know in the chat. We are a family now. We need to, we are a family. So if something's working for you and you want to share it with the rest of us, you should. We should be able to communicate, converse, have a conversation. Get the dialogue going. I let you know that I suffer from migraines as well. I let you know when you should get to an emergency room. Knowing the warning signs for different things is like, oh my goodness. The amount of knowledge is limitless when you know about it. Then you can feel more confident knowing that you're making the right decisions towards your health. I mean, what better way to celebrate yourself by knowing about yourself or someone else? Well, guys, until next time, keep on sipping.